Hey folks, so I've been studying this Amalthea because I was researching Capricorn because it seemed like there was a connection between the Tropic of Capricorn and this kind of horned, like the horned avatar of Australia in the Lascaux map. The famous scene at the Lascaux Caves, 20,000-year-old map. And so, since they said that basically Amalthea is Capricorn, that's what I was reading on all these different websites. So then it made sense that if Amalthea is, they say it's a horned animal, and her horn was broken off and became the cornucopia. And since the Tropic of Capricorn runs right to the edge of this broken horn of this kind of avatar here, this shape on the edge of Eastern Australia, it seemed that that's probably the origin of the form of Capricorn, seeing as the actual form of Capricorn in the sky looks much less like it than that actual land does. And also, it says Zeus played with Amalthea, broke her horn off, turned it into the cornucopia of plenty. So I was figuring that's all these things as the fruit coming out of this horn, which is this island and this other island right here. And then it says that her hide became the thunder shield. So I was thinking that must be this, the Great Barrier Reef, which is a barrier, a shield against storms and stuff. So, but then I was researching it more, and there's other websites saying there is no connection between Amalthea and Capricorn. So, the modern experts are total disarray. So I don't know. Might have to press pause on this until I can figure out until I can get the experts to give me a straight answer of what Amalthea is and what Capricorn is. I was reading sources that were, associating Amalthea just with Crete. And so it could be a similar thing in Crete, and there could even be some relation between them, since Australia is like the big island to the southeast of Afro-Eurasia, and Crete is the big island to the southeast of Greece. And so, it could be that this is the horn somehow, that Crete is the goat, and that this island is the horn that was broken off by the storms and the rising sea level. And then it could be this whole area of what used to be Crete is now the thunder shield. It could be that this is the thunder shield. So I don't know. Then that just still leaves all the open questions about Capricorn. And so I'll have to, I guess, research more to find out truth if I can. Let's see. 59. Sun. Okay, not that. 74. Okay, so songline. So I think this is what the ancient spells are, because all the spells that I've read are describing routes to travel, usually by water. But in Australia, they also have them by land, and that was probably universal. So to understand what the Book of Two Ways, all the spells for, going to America, the underworld, and passing each gatekeeper, each strait, is basically a song line, as they say as the Aborigines, as it's translated from the Australian Aboriginal tradition. A song line, also called dreaming track, is one of the paths across the land, or sometimes the sky, within animist belief systems of the Aboriginal cultures of Australia, which mark the route followed by localized creator beings in the dreaming. The paths of the song lines are recorded in traditional song cycles, stories, dance, and art, and are often the basis of ceremonies. So this is basically all religion, all, until modern times, where religion is just what, Now, modern religion is completely superstitious, where instead of understanding all these metaphors about paths across the land, they just take all the stories completely literally. And so it's like kind of the opposite of what it's intended to be. That's, I'm referring to like modern Christianity, modern, Judaism, even modern neo-paganism, as they call it in the West. But this is what the original religion was. It was dance, art, stories, ceremonies to memorize geography and astronomy for the most part. The dreaming, or the dream time, has been described as a sacred narrative of creation that is seen as a continuous process that links traditional Aboriginal people to their origins. So this is the same with all the other traditions, like the Book of Two Ways links. That's why it was, passed from father to son and mother to daughter and all this in coffins and tombs. It's all about, passing down your heritage and your legacy. Ancestors are believed to play a large role in the establishment of sacred sites as they traversed the continent long ago. Animals were created in the dreaming and also played a part in the creation of the lands and heavenly bodies. So that probably has to do more with zoomorphization of the actual lands and heavenly bodies. And also maybe like the animals being representative of constellations or planets, and then assigned roles in a fictional kind of creation story, which was never meant to be taken literally, at least by the adept. Animals were created in the dreaming. Songlines connect places and creation events and the ceremonies associated with those places. Oral history about places and the journeys are carried in song cycles, and each Aboriginal person has obligations to their birthplace. The songs become the basis of the ceremonies that are enacted in those specific places along the songlines. So these are exactly spells, as they're referred to in Egypt, or in the Norse, hell spells to sail to the underworld, etc. A songline has been called a dreaming track, as it marks a route across the land or sky, followed by one of the creator beings or ancestors. So there's some are about the land, some are about the sky. And I'll bet there were a lot about the sea too, but maybe destroyed by the English, but I'm sure they existed. It marks a route across. A knowledgeable person is able to navigate across the land by repeating the words of the song. So this is the same as the Book of Two Ways. If we really understood the spell songs in that, we wouldn't even necessarily need the map that's contained in it to travel. A knowledgeable person is able to navigate across the land by repeating the words of the song, which describe the location of landmarks, water holes, and other natural phenomena. In some cases, the paths of the creator beings are said to be evident from their marks, or petrosomatoglifs on the land, such as large depressions in the land, which are said to be their footprints. By singing the songs in